Hey Chris, I hope you're doing well. I am so excited to do your reading for you today. I actually grabbed a few decks and I think I'm going to go with the Tarot of the Hidden Realm today when it comes to your reading. Oh, I already got, it was really calling to me and we already got stuff flipping out. It's like I can't even hold it in my hand without it having to jump out and get crazy with me. So I think we're gonna do the Tarot of the Hidden Realm for your 3-card, but I also felt really drawn to grab the Archetypes deck as well as my Soul card. So I think I'm just gonna do a little, like, after the 3-card, I'm just gonna pull these to kind of accompany. I just feel like there's something that needs to be kind of focused on when it comes to that. So we are going to dive into this focus, release, and advice. And I'm going to focus in, like you said, if there's any kind of shifts that are coming your way. Look at this. I just have trouble holding on to it. It's like there's so much energy today. Just bursting at the seams. And it could be that I'm so familiar with your energy, watching all of your... Look at this. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Watching all of your videos and being within your energy just might be why it's just so jumpy today and adamant of it. Look at this. And I feel like this top one wants to come out right now, and so does this bottom one. Where are we at? Here we are. Okay. Goodness, it had so much to say here. Okay. So we have the focus, release, and advice. Focus, the Knight of Swords. Wow. We have 2 major arcana here. That's really interesting too. There does seem to be this shift just as I was shuffling and just being in your energy. There does seem to be some kind of shift, and it has a lot to do with this season. This feels like a time of, it almost feels like regrowth, if that makes sense. It feels like things poking out of the soil, if that makes sense. So I feel like there's something changing. There's something coming up. And I love this Knight of Swords because he's like looking in the distance, kind of ready for it, right? And I feel like in most decks, as you know, the Knight seems to be like coming in, doing something, like on the move. And he seems very much kind of like at a stance of like, I'm just prepared. Like, I'm preparing for this. And, you know, his whole demeanor is not one of aggression that I'm usually used to in these swords. And so I keep getting the focus might be on what's coming, right? Taking a look at what's coming in and preparing yourself for that, which obviously you are. Thinking of, you know, kind of what's going on and, you know, wanting to know about the shifts. And like the focus is definitely on what's growing, right? And there's this eagle that's coming up here, and I just keep seeing it almost like getting that view from the top, right? So kind of making plans and understanding where these shifts are going and what they're doing. Now, I don't know if there's something changing as in like moving, because I keep feeling movement here. Like, so I don't know if maybe you're moving things around in your home, or there's something that's moving, or someone that you know that's moving, or if you're moving, I don't know. There just feels like a movement, or like things kind of being rearranged, if that makes any sense. And it's kind of like that's where that top view comes, like noticing like kind of having that plan of what's going where, like how is this going to all kind of play out, because our release is of control, right? This blasted beach always makes me think of like trying to control. And it's like, I know that we have the lightning, but for whatever reason, this feels more like, oh, I'm trying to move this branch where I want it. I need it here. This is what I know that I need. And it's just like, crack? No, you cannot control everything. And that's so strange that it's like, oh, you need to plan, but you can't take control. You know, like it's a very like back and forth with what we're getting here. But at the same time, it's like being prepared and taking control is different. Even though I know for me, sometimes it feels like the same. Like, no, like I'm in control of the situation. But it's like, I just keep hearing like, nope, you can be prepared for anything, but you need to release trying to control everything. So that might be a thing in this shift, in this movement. I'm just going to keep saying move, because that's literally what it feels like, Chris. It's like a move. And again, this could be like as simple as shifting a room around, but there's some kind of movement happening, or maybe you know exactly what I'm talking of. But it's like, no, you can prepare for everything, you know, kind of like getting your ducks in a row, but you can't force your ducks to stay in that line is kind of what I keep getting. It's like, you can, I'm sure you understand. It just like, I just keep getting, it's like, prepare, but don't force. Prepare, but don't force is like what keeps repeating in my mind. And I kind of love that, because I'm so bad for that too, where I'm just like, I got this. And then something goes wrong and I'm like, what's happening? It's like, no. You're fine. You're still prepped for this. It's just not going the way you wanted it to go, but you're still getting from A to B, even though you had to take, you know, a side road. So the advice, oh, I love this Hermit card, because it just feels like crone energy to me, which I swear has just surrounded this time of year for me. It's been coming up a lot because it's so deep in the earth, and it's so, I want to say womb-like. And that's what I think of when I see this Hermit, because you can't really tell if it's a woman or a man, but it feels very crone-like to me. And it makes me feel like womb energy, especially with the Hermit. It's like going within. It's like there's a way to kind of emotionally set up what's going to be happening, or as much as you can, right? There's a shift that's happening, some kind of movement that's going on right now. And it's like you can prepare for it, kind of, you know, let it happen. Don't try to hold on too tightly. And then really go inside and really focus on, I keep getting like your needs, like what will nourish you. Because like I feel like it's the nourishment of your soul, like to like a soul level at this point, that's really going to help you through. I keep getting like this season, right? So the next couple of months might be some changes and some shifts, but man, going in and focusing on your health and your self-care and your nourishment of yourself is really going to be a big thing. Like it's a really big thing. Because I keep getting almost like, I know it's a little different where you guys are. It's not the fall there. It's the springtime. But it's like, it almost has that like dead leaves turning over in the soil. You know what I mean? And it's like, even though it looks like everything is kind of fallen to pieces and everything is changed and nothing is the same, when you nourish that soil and you fold it back in and things start to sprout and grow again, like that's where the true growth happens. So I hope that makes some sort of sense to you, because like that's kind of the analogy. Like I just keep seeing that turning over of the soil. So now this could be kind of the opposite, maybe because it's not the same kind of time there. It's like the work that you put in the fall is going to be there for you in this springtime. Maybe that's where it makes sense. Or maybe it's talking of, you know, what's kind of coming and how that'll be. But those are the main vibes that I'm getting. And I want to go in with these two and just kind of give a little bit more, because this focus, you know, I don't know why this Knight of Swords seems so out of context for me. Like, even though I understand what he was trying to tell us, right? In that being prepared and looking everything from the top point of view, not trying to control it, going within, that all kind of makes sense. But I feel like there's more to this. I'm sorry, excuse me. Let me take a drink of water. So I don't cough all over. But I feel like there's more to that. It's almost like there's an archetype that's kind of missing, right? From where this focus is. I just feel like that might be why I felt so drawn to these cards. These are not very easy to shuffle, but I do love what they offer. That's, here we are. Oh, well, I got two that want to come out. Oh, look, another cave. The cave and sustainer. And like all I keep seeing is this here, this cave. Okay, so that's definitely here. And so that tells me that the sustainer is over here. Okay, so that kind of makes more sense, you know, to me in this preparation. Like, the sustainer is not afraid to kind of re-evaluate, right? So the focus may be being prepared and seeing the bigger picture, but kind of that re-evaluation, like kind of, I noticed the clay, it's like taking that clay and rolling it into a ball and starting all over again, versus like you've already made this thing and it's like, well, it just doesn't work though. But you're not stuck in that same place. This is about molding it, you know, tearing it down. Again, you got the blasted oak. I mean beech. I want to say oak so bad. The blasted beech. And it's like, that's exactly what the tower is saying. Like, crumple it up and start all over again. So that kind of reveals a little bit more in this sense that it's so tied here. It's about that noticing, right? The focus is the actual noticing. What needs to be broken down. See, I was like, gosh, this knight is just, there's something missing. That's what it's missing. It's about that evaluation of it, planning for it, but you gotta understand what it is first. Remolding it. I love that. I love that. And then moving here to the cave. I hope you can see this over here. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I'm short. I had to stand up and see. This cave just feels like it's full of hermit energy. It's that going within, but then you have that third eye all lit up. Again, that emotional, that like inner nurturing, like deep within your soul, and like knowing that everything is going to be okay, but you may have to do some work deep within. Because this feels like a sacred work. You know what I mean? It feels like this is on a deep emotional level. I love this cave. Oh my goodness. Okay. So before we wrap this up, I want to do a soul card. I don't really do these much, but I feel like it's definitely needed. Because this may be something that will spark something in you that you see even more so than what I see here. This one wants to come out. Oh, and we have this one. It's like there's a connectedness here. But again, we have an overview, right? We have that overview of what's going on. Now this, for me, the first thing that I get is like, this may take some help. You know, this may take some help from loved ones, from the people around you. kind of really get through this and really see that big picture and how to redo and how to remold and reshift. I think that's beautiful. So I hope that this has helped in some way, shape, or form. I feel like there's something pretty big shifting that needs to kind of be reevaluated and gone within, but it feels like comfortable. I know that sounds weird, especially with like a Tower card coming out, but like I think it's this that makes it feel comfortable, because you'll have to get comfortable again. It's like, I don't know, it's like a really strong feeling. Yeah. So I hope that this has helped in some way, shape, or form. If you have any questions or comments, want to talk about it, feedback, by all means, get in touch with me. We can definitely do so. I'm going to send you all your pictures, and I hope to talk to you very soon, Chris. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Bye.